Hello and welcome to News Hour on Unity TV. Today is Monday, 30th of October 2022 and it's equivalent to 16th of Rabiul Sani, 1445 after Hijra. The headlines. Nigeria still crawling. I will change it. Tinubu. Explosion rocks River Assembly. Armed men take over complex. Forex crisis. Labour blames government officials. Threatens to boycott meeting with federal government today if Labour minister attends. On the foreign scene, Iran warns Israel, says action may force everyone to act. And in sports, Haaland and Foden score as Manchester City beat Manchester United. And those were the headlines, and for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has said he was determined to change the narrative of the country, which he described as a crawling country, in the Committee of Tribune Economics. Especially in terms of development indices relating to green energy and the environment, Tinubu assured that he will bring about a transformative government in the country. He gave these assurances when he hosted to the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, on Sunday. Speaking on the Supreme Court judgment that affirmed his election as president, he said the court verdict has put paid to needless distraction from his political opponents. The Chancellor of the Federal Republic of Germany, Olaf Scholz, has said his country is working with the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, to provide cheap electricity to member states. Scholz disclosed these while addressing a press conference after a meeting with the ECOWAS Commission's President, Dr. Omar Aliou Toure, in Abuja on Sunday. The German Chancellor said his country is also cooperating with the ECOWAS in other areas, including pandemic prevention, security and prevention of coup in the region, adding that Germany had increased its financial support to the bloc recently. Speaking earlier, the ECOWAS Commission's President Toure said the organization had received support from the government of Germany for £81 million grant to address vital areas of development, including electricity. He said these latest grant brings to 500 million total Germany's support over a decade. An explosion rocked the Rivers State House of Assembly complex on Sunday night. The incident came amid alleged moves by some lawmakers to impeach Governor Siminalayi Fubara. It was gathered that some suspected arsonists threw an explosive into the complex around 9:25 p.m., causing a fire in the building. Though the spokesperson for the State Police Command, Grace Aringe Koko, could not be reached on her mobile, a senior police officer confirmed the incident to newsmen. It was gathered that some properties, including the chamber, were destroyed. Reports said arrangements have been concluded by some lawmakers in the state legislature to force impeach the House Leader Edison Ehe to pave the way for Fubara's removal. The House Leader is said to have been blocking moves aimed at removing Fubara. Newsmen reported that police and other security operatives have taken over the complex as about 17 security trucks and one armored personnel carrier were stationed at the entrance and surroundings. The Nigerian Labour Congress NLC on Sunday lamented the devastating impact of the forex crisis on the economy and demanded urgent stabilization of the naira. The NLC President Joe Ajaero, who said this in a statement on Sunday, blamed government officials' love for foreign luxury products for the free fall of the national currency. Ajaero warned that the economy was at risk of a wave of devastating consequences if the naira failed to stabilize against the American dollar. The NLC president's warning came ahead of the organized labor and the federal government meeting scheduled to hold today. He, however, threatened to boycott the meeting if Minister of Labor Simon Lalong attended, as he criticized Lalong for not being able to establish a cordial relationship with organized labor. At the meeting, the federal government and the organized labor will review the implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding they signed on subsidy removal palliatives. Bandits during the weekend invaded the Yakshi community in Bokuyam local government area of Zamfara State, killed one person, abducted the traditional ruler Alhaji Magaji Makau in the community and 4 others. This came as a priest of St. Anne's Catholic Parish, Sarkin Kudu in Ibi local government area, Taraba State, Reverend Father Thaddeus Tahembe, have been kidnapped by gunmen. The bandits also denied the villagers access to their farms and could not be able to harvest crops. The lawmakers representing the people of Bukuyum South in the Zamfara State House of Assembly, Hami Safaru, said the bandits attacked the community on Friday night at about 3 a.m., killed a local and went away with 5 individuals, including the traditional ruler Alhaji Magaji Makau. Similarly, the Catholic priest was abducted yesterday at the Reverend Father's rectory of the parish. The Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Wukari, Most Reverend Mark Nzukwen, who said this in a statement by the Communications Director of the Catholic Diocese, Reverend Father John Jerome Laikai, also solicited prayers from members of the public for the abducted priest's safe return. A lecturer with the Department of Biochemistry, School of Life Sciences, Federal University of Technology, Fut Mina in Niger State, Dr. Mrs. Adefa Lalu Fumilayo Sherifat, have been found slaughtered in her residence in the Baiko area of the town. The chairperson of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, also in the school, Professor Bolohan Bolarin, confirmed this to newsmen. Professor Bolarin said her body was discovered on Sunday morning when her church members traced her home after she was not seen during service. Some residents said after forcing the door to her house open, she was found in a pool of blood with her throat slit and knives found beside her. Police authorities later removed the body to the mortuary. The spokesman of the Niger Police Command, Wasiu Abiodun, told newsmen that further information about the incident will be communicated in due course. According to some residents, the late varsity teacher's husband, who was a professor in the same school, had passed on. Until her death, she was staying with a female househelp but laid off the girl on Friday, they added. Mixed reactions in Jos, the Plateau State capital, continue to trail the disbursement of 25,000 naira to 15 million households for 3 months as a social safety net intervention launched by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu last week. While some Jos residents see it as a welcome development, others suspect the whole program. Our correspondent Jamilu Abdullahi Mazadu has the details.
As part of efforts to mitigate the impact of fuel subsidy removal and help eradicate poverty across the country, President Bola Tinubu last week Tuesday launched the disbursement of 25,000 naira to 15 million households for 3 months as a social safety net intervention. Similarly, Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy Wale Edun assured transparency on the intervention disbursement. Reacting on the intervention, some Jos residents hailed the government, saying if it disburses it fairly, it will help cushion the impact of petroleum subsidy removal.
Because we help many people, even though if one person gets today, they can help to help each and every one of us that can reduce this poverty that we are facing today. I think it's possible to have that money.
However, some said corruption will not allow fair disbursement, noting that the government rather buy employment slot for graduates, among others.
I don't think that will be possible. I mean, it's not even possible for every family to get 80,000 naira per month. Please, that's not possible. He's just saying it to gain his own regime. But he told us his own. And now, he did not do anything. He just say, blah, 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 blah. Please, it's not possible. It will never be possible.
Instead of doing that, he's supposed to, as in, employ workers or buy for graduate slots with that money. I think it will be necessary or possible.
Despite a report by National Bureau of Statistics that said 133 million Nigerians are poor, coupled with present inflation, free and fair disbursement of such interventions that is devoid of politics, religion and ethnicity among eligible vulnerable will make positive impact and improve Nigerians' hope. From Jos, Jamilu Abdullahi Mazadu reporting for Unity FM and TV.
Thank you so much, Jamil. Thank you so much, Jamilu Abdullahi Mazadu. And from Jos, we now move to Kano State, where tragedy struck on Sunday near Bangwari roundabout on Katsina from Katsina Road when 2 persons lost their lives after being trapped and suffocated inside a truck reservoir tank. This was contained in a statement by the State Public Relations Officer of the State Fire Service, Saminu Abdullahi, on Sunday. Abdullahi said that while inside the truck, the victims suffered a sudden loss of consciousness due to suffocation. He explained that a truck driver who arrived at the site raised the alarm when attempts to reach the victims via phone were unsuccessful. He further said upon arrival, the fire service personnel discovered the victims identified as 40-year-old Philip Osandu and 35-year-old Philip Emmanuel. The PRO pointed out that efforts were made to rescue the victims, but they were already unconscious. And on the foreign scene, Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi on Sunday said Israel's ongoing bombardment of Gaza may force everyone to act in the latest warning issued by the Islamic Republic since the start of the Israel-Hamas conflict. Israel has been pounding the tiny Palestinian territory since Hamas gunmen stormed across the border on October 7 and, according to Israel officials, killed more than 1,400 people, most of them civilians. Since then, more than 8,000 people have been killed, half of them children, according to the health ministry in Hamas-run Gaza, an impoverished strip of land which is home to 2.4 million people. Iran, which financially and militarily backs Hamas, hailed the October 7 attack as a success. And in sport, Man City cruised past Manchester United with embarrassing ease in a derby at Old Trafford to emphasize the vast gulf between the two sides. Erling Haaland was the major tormentor with goals in each half before setting up a third for Phil Foden as Pep Guardiola's side established superiority from the kickoff and rarely looked like relinquishing control. City keeper Edison excelled to save from Scott McTominay before halftime, but City wrapped up this most convincing victory when Haaland set up the easiest of chances for Foden 10 minutes from time. And with the sport news, we've come to the end of our bulletin for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at UNT Radio FM TV, respectively. You can also watch us live on the satellite decoder BudderSat, which has been watching about 8 countries of the world free. You can also stream and watch us live on our YouTube channel at Unity FM TV. I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs. You have yourself a lovely day.